Hey guys, and welcome back to Devil Dagger here in Gnomoria. To quite a bit of activity happening in the kingdom. Right now we have a merchant that has shown up. I've already set up the trade deal just to move things along and you don't have to sit here listening to me oohing and ahhing. We're trading a few statuettes and a few food items, straw, wheat, grain, pretty standard stuff, picking up some coal and all of the copper and tin ore stocks that the merchant has to offer. I'm starting to hope that our kingdom value is going to eventually go up so that we can start seeing a little bit more advanced material, hopefully some iron ore being offered. Once the iron gets offered, we will go ahead and start making steel, which is the highest armor in the game that we can have. You'll also notice that I went ahead and made the gatehouse a little bit nicer to look at. The renovations on the bottom floor have finally been completed. We have two more wall pieces that are kind of waiting to be picked up. Apart from that, everything has been finished. We have our gatehouse fully floored. We have our stairwells that lead up to the second level on both towers, so that'll make renovating this upper half quite a bit easier. On the second floor, we have the groundwork, pun intended, laid for our second floor, and it stretches all the way over here to the secondary bedrooms. We still have these corner pieces that I need to fix, but we'll fix that all in due time. I'll probably fix that when we're actually laying the walls for the second floor. I haven't done anything over here because I'm not sure how I want this area to stretch out just yet, so I'm not going to lay down any floor work only to have to replace it again. But for the most part, we have a pretty nice looking hallway set up here. As soon as everything gets laid down, we got some decorative stone floors on the sides. Wherever I'm going to put some torches, I have some carved stone floors. In the leatherworker and bone carver's workshop, we have some apple wood laid down and some pine floors underneath their actual workshop, and then the storeroom is going to be stone. So right now we're just kind of waiting for everything to happen. The armorer is actually working on quite a few pieces of armor at the moment. We have our 3 pieces of bronze breastplate and bronze helmets for the rest of the blue slaughterers to get equipped. As soon as all that armor is equipped, we'll be ready to go. Go ahead and speed the game up. That way we actually get some activity moving around. For the most part, in between episodes, there was very little done. We just kind of finished up the decorations, so that's the major thing that happened. There was one attack. Our gnomes repelled it easily. The blue slaughterers are just... The sentinels tank damage, and the rest of the slaughterers just kind of come in, and as the sentinels are holding them off, we just basically destroy the enemy. Over here, I went ahead and dug out this little area here, which is... In a previous episode, I mentioned that I wanted a well up here, which meant having to dig all the way down here, which is going to be a pain. I understand that, but it makes sense to me, dang it. It makes a lot of sense in my head. Essentially what I'm creating is pipes for our gnomes, so we'll go ahead and tell them to dig a ramp down up here somewhere. So make sure that we're not going to be actually cutting into an open body of water. Should be okay right there, and there's our autosave for the new season, so hopefully we will get some new nomads this episode, which would be quite nice. Unfortunately, what this means is that we'll have to name a few gnomes, and nobody has requested a new name. It's kind of unfortunate. Oh, we do have a new nomad. Well, let's go ahead and check out this nomad. His name is Bless. He is a male gnome. Let's see, skills. He's actually quite good with an axe and armor. If we didn't already have a full squad, I'd probably put him in the military just because of his base value of 22 for the armor. Other than that, he really doesn't have any standout. He's pretty good at wood carving, but apart from that, he's not very good at anything. He's kind of just a jack of all trades. So I think we will make Bless a farmer for right now, because that's what all the gnomes that are just kind of standard workers go. They go to the farm and help create the food, and the Blazed Bakers always going to town on one another. I did notice when I was doing the renovations that I built this wall. This wall is actually going to have to come down, simply for the fact that we need a brewery. Because if we don't have a brewery, well then I'm not sure how we're going to make wine, and a kingdom without wine just sounds like a terrible place to live. I don't know why anybody would want to stay there. And however, this does mean that we need another bedroom, so we go down to the woodcarver and tell him to make us a new bed frame. And we need to go up to the tailor and ask him to make us a new mattress. Go ahead and get that ordered. And the farmers, the miners, and the masons should be the main ones that are working on this. We might have a lumberjack or two helping out with that, the carpenter and such. But it's pretty standard decoration. Right here, I actually do want the grass to meet with the kingdom. It kind of looks like it's overgrown the path just a bit. We have smooth stone in the middle because as you walk on stone, it's going to be worn away. So I figured kind of gives it that nice worn away look. But this should do wonders for our kingdom worth, because right now we're sitting at 69,349. So all these decorations are going to massively increase our kingdom worth. The only other way to really boost our kingdom worth is to add it to the Great Hall, because if I'm not mistaken, it actually doubles for nomads. And I'm not sure how it works with merchants, because I do know that the merchants need it to determine what kind of goods they bring you. But speaking of that, we can actually take a look at the diplomacy screen. And we don't have an ambassador from the Tormented Land anymore, because unfortunately his bedroom wasn't good enough at the time, but for right now it'll be perfectly fine. And it looks like that dirt stockpile is kind of holding up traffic. And it looks like we have a Mant that has decided to visit the kingdom. And I wonder if anybody is trying to attack him right now. No, they are not. So we're going to go ahead and wait. Let them show up at our front door. Get everybody there. We have 2 Mants that have showed up. So our first Mant invasion, and they only bring 2. That was a mistake. Go ahead and tell everybody to go and attack the invaders. Get rid of them. We don't want them hanging around here. With the Blazed Bakers and the Blue Slaughterers there, I doubt these Mants stand a chance. They actually did manage to break our door, which is unfortunate, because now we have to put it back up. Alright, the Mants are dead, and unfortunately, unless something has changed, yeah, we can't actually use the Mant corpses. So, it's kind of just going to have to sit out there. Like, we can... I guess technically we could designate a stockpile and have a little area for the Mant corpses, but just to allow them somewhere where they can actually go to rest in peace, I guess you could say. Unfortunately, it does not designate between corpses, which is kind of annoying, because it'll actually put animal corpses, goblin corpses, gnome corpses, which we definitely don't want. Our yak pasture is completely full now. We have 6 of the 12 yaks that we want. We don't want any more for right now, just because we want to build up our military, and we want our main source of value to come from armor and decorations right now, so having those yaks would eat through this wheat supply pretty quick, and I just want to watch it for right now. We are using the wheat to buy our armor for the most part. It's really the only reliable source that we have apart from our statuettes, which the statuettes are kind of lingering right now. We don't really have that many. It says that we have quite a few right there, but unfortunately this merchant just doesn't have anything else left to offer. We could buy some assorted decorative stone, but for right now I don't really want to focus on that. I really want to use marble. Marble is, in my opinion, one of the prettiest stones to use in this game. The way the light hits it, the way shadows play on it, it's very nice. It doesn't look muddy, it doesn't look too dark, it looks just right. So I'm gonna stick with marble for right now. And it looks like our gnomes are, well, that's why nobody's really moving fast, is because they are stuck in regular speed. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a stockpile right here for some dirt, just for the simple fact that we need the gnomes to be able to get there quickly, and because the dirt is all the way on the other side of the kingdom, we can just use this stockpile to store it up. They'll come here first, if I'm not mistaken, if I bump up the priority. So they'll come here first, and then somebody will see, oh hey, this needs to be pushed to the other stockpile, and it'll actually carry over to there as soon as they have nothing else better to do. So go ahead and just throw that down there. Looks like they're still trying to store it over here. Ah, that would be why. It's set to priority 1. Go ahead and set that back down to 5, and the gnomes should bring that over here as soon as they need to, basically. Let's see here. It started raining, and somehow we've trapped quite a bit of water right here. We're actually sitting at 38% in this little crevice, so eventually I'm gonna have to let that water out, but for right now we'll be completely okay. And we have our little tunnel already dug, so go ahead and tell them to start digging this, and that should come out to about here. And that should take care of that. And now they will collect all that dirt so that no dirt golems can spawn on us. And as soon as that is complete, we will be good to go ahead and flood this hallway. We're not going to set any marble down in here. To me, it just seems a bit ridiculous, honestly. So we will tell them to dig a hole on top of that ramp. That way it actually gets rid of the ramp, and we won't have any gnomes trying to go back down there, because that would be highly unfortunate. And as soon as our miner... Where is our miner? What is our miner's name? I forget. Faye. Faye is sleeping. That would be why. Alright, well, it doesn't look like anything too crazy is happening right now, so I will bring you guys back as soon as I've completed this little section here. Basically, I'm just going to be removing these floors here. That way there is actually the ability to, or I'm going to be replacing these floors with these water tiles here, just to kind of let our gnomes know, hey, there's water underneath here, do not dig. It's kind of like those notices you get in certain yards where it's like, hey, there's buried cable here, don't dig. That's essentially what this is going to do, but I will bring you guys back here in just a few moments. Hey guys, and welcome back. Looks like we have a bit of a surprise here. We have a goblin tunneler, which is kind of strange because in all the hours that I've played this game, I've never actually seen a goblin tunneler. I've just seen their tunnels, basically. But it's just a standard goblin with a pickaxe. And what he's going to try and do is find a spot in my kingdom that he can actually dig a hole through so that the goblins over here can just basically bypass all our defenses. I really hope that our military is not sleeping. Let's see here. It looks like everybody is awake, so that's nice. apparently Bingle Fifna is trying to attack the Goblin Tunneler, which would be a terrible idea. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell somebody, whoever happens to be in the Great Hall right at this present time, go ahead and sound the alarm, get everybody awake and to their battle stations, and we're gonna see how this progresses. Looks like the Blue Slaughterers are already answering the call, basically. Go ahead and tell the Blue Slaughterers to engage first. And there they go. So it looks like they have engaged. And here comes the second Sentinel. Now we can tell the rest of our soldiers to go ahead and attack. And the goblins are just falling like flies right now. But unfortunately, these ogres take a massive beating. I don't know why, really, but the ogre it really takes forever to kill them. And it looks like somebody is out here. Bo-Bipsy. Bo-Bipsy, what are we gonna do with you? Because the alarm bell wasn't rang, Bo-Bipsy was out here trying to basically collect all this equipment, which is really quite a pain. Now, unfortunately, I have no idea where this Goblin Tunneler is ran off to. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for where that Tunneler is going to come from. Unfortunately, I'm not too sure where he could have put it. But that is perfectly fine. We will have to see what kind of destruction that Tunneler has brought to us, because we do have another Goblin Tunneler over here, which it doesn't actually let me select. It used to actually let you select these. It would just tell you that it was a Goblin Tunnel, but apparently no more. But that is going to do it for this episode, guys, so I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I hope to see you in the next. If you have any feedback for me, go ahead and drop it down below, and I'll be happy to take it into consideration for the series. Any directions or comments about where you think the series should go, I'd be more than happy to hear you out. And if you'd like to join the fort, just drop your name down below, and I'll be happy to add you. But from everybody here in Devil Dagger, y'all have a great one.